Strange, really. Humans are the most average an alien species could be. Their lean, bipedal build is very common in the Galactic Confederation, and they're physically average in most aspects. Humans have moderate strength and speed, only outperforming in endurance and intelligence. Visibly speaking, they don't have horns, fangs, tails, antennae, claws, scales, hide, or fur. Ironically, their lack of such natural defenses is what makes them so unique. Humans look like teddy bears compared to other races, and they act like them too, always asking how you are, how your family is, and how your day is going. Most humans aren't intimidated by other xenos, treating them politely and trying to understand and learn their cultural norms. Humans always try to cheer sentients up or give helpful advice, acting very empathetically. But the truth is, humans are very, very creepy. It's because of their lack of expression. Humans aren't nearly as visually expressive as other species, being limited to only their mouth and eyebrows. There's no tail whacking, antenna twitching, or claw clicking, just some facial muscles that move up and down to show approval or disapproval. Humans always look unfazed by terrible events and scenes, looking blankly at whatever happened with only a few extra or fewer wrinkles on their face. Their voices are much better. Although humans have a wide vocal range, they prefer to speak the same way at all times, only raising their voice when angry and lowering it to be quiet. A flat, monotone voice complimenting you or giving you their dearest condolences. Yet another thing is their eyes. Human pupils don't dilate when they see something they like or change color depending on mood or emotion. They just stay the same, only dilating in the dark or during adrenal rushes. They remain cold and lifeless, observing everything quietly, judging all and knowing all. I experienced this firsthand when I was walking to a party with a human colleague, Alan. It was nothing much, just a monthly workplace party to raise morale. I was excitedly discussing ourselves, my tail wagging. They were up 17%. Surely we'd get a promotion. Alan seemed to share my delight, although he didn't sound or look like it. We were almost there when suddenly two cars crashed into each other. I froze, throat and claws seized, not knowing what to do. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see Alan rushing forward, calmly dragging two men out of one of the mangled vehicles before pulling a man and woman out of the other. I finally snapped back to my senses, fumbling with my phone before I managed to call for medical services. By the time they arrived, it was too late. All four civilians involved in the accident had died despite Alan's efforts to save them. I was sobbing. I could feel Alan wrapping his arm around me, soothing me, telling me it was going to be all right. I looked up into his face, his weird, flat, snoutless face, and flinched. It was devoid of emotion. His eyebrows were slightly furrowed, but that was it. I cringed away from him, pushing him away, getting no reaction. "How are you so calm?" I choked out. He tilted his head to one side. "What do you mean?" Alan said. "I'm not. I'm just as upset as you are." Was he lying to make me feel better? "Here, take this." A really pained expression rumbled through his voice. It was heavy with sorrow. He wrapped a weighted blanket around the two of us. A few moments later, a nervous police officer approached us, antennae vibrating. "I'm sorry, but I have a few questions about the accident," she whispered, her two large, dilated eyes switching between Alan and me. Alan answered for me. "Sure, I can answer them. Could you please take my friend Rico home for me? I think she's in shock." Friend. The word echoed in my head, and I wiped away tears. I could only watch him nod and look back at me as the officer pulled him away, his empty brown eyes looking back at me. Sure, I considered Alan to be a colleague, and a good one at that. But a friend? After what I saw, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to continue working with him. "Come, let's take you home," I heard another insectoid officer say, her antennae dripping with sympathy. "Thank you," I stammered, following her wordlessly to her car. "First time witnessing death?" she asked rather bluntly. I nodded. "Yeah. It's always rough the first time. Your friend seemed all right, though. Is he a soldier or doctor?" I smiled weakly. "No. A salesman," I whispered. I watched her antennae go completely limp, a sign of confusion. "Ha, that's weird. Wait, is he a human?" she asked. "Yes, he is." I watched as her antennae took a neutral position. Humans are like that. They don't show much emotion, but they're just as caring as the rest of us. By now, she'd reached my house, and I stammered words of thanks as I exited her car. "No need," she replied. "Just doing my duty. Have a good night." "You too," I choked as I entered my home. I collapsed on my bed, mentally exhausted. I had missed the party, but that was the last thing I was thinking about. I let my body strip off my work clothes and dressed myself in my pajamas. I hadn't done much research on humans, being told their culture was similar enough to ours. Working with Alan for a few months had seemed to prove that. But now I knew that I was going to have to learn more about these humans. A lot more. You.